Live, where news comes first. This is WECT News.
Good evening and thanks so much for joining us on this Thursday night. I'm Daniela Henke.
And I'm John Evans. With Congress set to break for the holidays on Friday, there's not much time for lawmakers to pass a bill to fully recognize the Lumbee tribe in North Carolina.
The Lumbee Fairness Act passed in the House earlier this week, but it still has to go through the U.S. Senate before going to the president's desk. WECT's Delaney Tarpley talked to one member of the Lumbee tribe about their 100-year fight to get those federal benefits. Delaney, he's hoping the Senate will follow the House's lead and approve the bill.
He is Daniela. Kaden Thompson grew up in Robeson County in a predominantly Native American community. He says most of his fellow students at UNCW don't know much about his culture, but he's hoping this federal recognition would change that.
Turning the page on a decades-long fight.
Such a great step towards full federal recognition.
19-year-old Kaden Thompson is a Lumbee tribe member and a UNCW student. 2 of the 3 books he's already self-published are about the history of the Lumbee tribe. He wrote and published the first one about his ancestor Henry Lowry when he was just 15 years old.
Just kind of grew up with his story, and I knew it was something that needed to be put out there into the world. I don't really like writing about anything else. I don't like making up stories. So it comes from a very real and raw place.
Thompson has traveled on book tours across the state and spoken to schools to educate kids about the Lumbee tribe. He says many of the people he's met didn't know anything about his culture.
Gaining full federal recognition will allow a whole new world of possibilities.
The U.S. House of Representatives on Tuesday passed the Lumbee Fairness Act. If senators follow suit, the Lumbee tribe would get full federal recognition and benefits they've fought for since 1888.
There's a lot of poverty within the Lumbee community. The access to federal funds to help with healthcare, education, poverty, it would just make the world of a difference.
Similar bills have passed in the House 7 times since 1988, only to stall on the Senate floor each time. Still, Thompson says he has a good feeling about this time.
I feel like we have all our ducks in a row. This go around, I feel like we have a lot more people on our side, so I'm a lot more optimistic about the outcome.
He says if it doesn't pass, he will continue sharing the stories of his people.
Silence will get you nowhere, and I feel like as long as there are people advocating for change, as long as there's people who are driving and pushing for change, change will come.
Page by page, he hopes to educate the next generation, inspiring them to join his tribe's fight for full federal recognition.
Federal recognition of the Lumbee tribe has bipartisan support right now. President Biden and President-elect Trump have both said that they support it. Now the Lumbee tribe is waiting to see if this Senate will do what others have not. Daniela.
Delaney, you mentioned that Thompson is planning to continue writing about the Lumbee tribe. Is he writing another book right now?
Well, kind of funny you should ask, Daniela. He told me he has just finished his next book, which is actually about the fight for full federal recognition. But depending on what happens in Congress, the ending might have to change. As of right now, it's supposed to come out next year.
All right, we'll keep a close eye on this bill and see if it does pass or not. Delaney, thanks.